Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Nadia. I'm a Vedic astrologer and psychic medium. So today we are going to talk about the effect of Mars being in the sign of Leo for every zodiac sign. All right. So we're gonna have, we already have having Mars here sitting in the sign of Leo starting from 9th of June until you can say 28th of July, right? So, as usual, I will divide my explanation into several parts, and the timestamp will be in the description box, along with my personal details if you're interested to book a personal reading with me. Okay, now before we start explaining Mars, what it's doing, what is happening, what's going on, I just want to put a disclaimer here that not everyone gonna feel the same, and not everyone gonna feel Mars being Leo. Okay, it will vary from chart to chart, from person to person, dasha to dasha. Okay, so it's very subjective, depend on your overall chart. Number one. Number two, you need to also look at your Ashtaka Varga. That's mean when you go and see Mars here, which house it did transiting. Okay, let me get my pen. Where is my pen? Which house is transiting, how strong it is, how many points, in order for me to navigate whether this is going to be a good, average, or kind of negative transit. All right. So I made a video about it like 2 years ago. I will put it on the description box. Okay. And third thing, when it comes to the sign that will feel it the most, definitely will be Leo. Okay. So Leo here will be the main character of the whole Mars transit. Number one. Number two also will be Aquarius. Okay. And even if you are going to Mahadasha or Antradasha of K2 and Mars, you will be definitely feel something about this, right? Or if let's say, for example, you are going through Mahadasha, Antradasha of planet sits in Aquarius or sits in Leo, you will be also able to feel and sense it. And also, if you have Leo as, it's governing your first house, fourth house, seventh house, and 10th house, you will be also feeling the transit during this time. Okay, so this is in terms of who gonna feel it. Now, what exactly going on when Mars transiting the sign of Leo? Now, regardless of K2, I'm going to ignore the fact that he's sitting with K2. But Mars itself in Leo considered to be excellent. Okay, it's a fiery planet. It's in the fire sign. It shows that the person will be more. We as a collective. Okay, we as a collective will become more ambitious, more active, more work oriented. We will be very much focused towards our goals, our desires. Right. Um, After having Mars here in the water sign, that it just gives us a lot of mental and emotional disturbance, and maybe we being unsure about our direction in life, right? So, excuse me. So, when Mars is sitting in Leo, it gives us that energy of clarity, like, yes, now I know what I want, what I need, and where am I heading in my life, right? So, you will find this period is quite active point. Whenever we have a strong air and water in the transit of the constellation, it shows a lot of movement during this time. So if let's say you've been facing a lot of stagnation, maybe things just not moving and things just like how it is. Now, because there is a strong air and fire going on, things will be to move, and maybe even like unexpected things start to happen and come up to you. All right. So this is a period of that era where okay, now we are rearranging things. Now events happening, but the problem here that Mars it sits with K2. At the beginning, of course, if let's say we are talking about it when it's just transiting, right? This means 1 degree here of Mars, and then we have K2 here is 28 degree, so it will be still far, okay? But the more days heading, especially July, we can say, so we can say July. So there will be a strong conjunction between Mars and K2. Mars and K2 naturally is representation of a Caesar or cutting things off. All right. It's too, I don't want to say destructive, but it is destructive kind of energy where it shows cutting things, ending things, transformation, etc., etc. So depend on where exactly Leo energy in your chart. Sometimes it shows there can be some inconveniences and uneasiness in that particular house, especially if you fall into the category of people who may feel it. Okay? Now, again, from chart to chart will be different, but because is this is the energy of, again, something may happen. So instead of the possibility of 50%, because there is a key to here, it will become 80%. And whatever going to happen during this period, it will become very karmic and something destined for you to go through it. All right. So if, let's say, for example, this constellation happened in the seventh house, all right? You've been stuck in your marriage, or you've been stuck in your relationship, or being in that negative dynamic, all right, in your partnership or in your work. Because of whatever going on here, it can get cut very easily. Things will unfold in the way that you unexpected it to happen, but yet it will be in your favor because you are done with that baggage, you are done with that karma, you are done with that exchange, and now it's time to move on. So you will find that this constellation showing us a bit, okay, or a glimpse of what type of karmic baggage and heaviness that you're supposed to let go, or you are about to transform and make it happen. Well, it depends on your perspective, whether you feel cutting things off is something new or something good or something bad, right? Some people maybe will be cutting negative habits, which is considered to be good. Now we are saving ourselves, right? And some people may look at it in negative eye also, that now I'm feeling lost, I'm feeling uneasy, I'm feeling here and there. But yes, it's always will show us the energy of cutting and ending things. Now it will depend on your chart, depend on your life, if that cutting actually will happen in the right place or it's gonna happen in the wrong places. Okay, so this is one thing about Mars and Ketu. Now another thing also, you see, when we have a strong fire element here, okay, and it has to do also with the energy of creation. Mars is a natural of the first house of Kalapusha Kundali, okay. Ketu also has to do with the energy of our past life, our something that we already used to it in the past and we don't have interest anymore, okay. It shows a lot of energy has to do with manifestation during this time. So true, maybe cutting things happen here and there and whatsoever, all of that we just mentioned, but it also shows us the energy of creation, new beginning, transformation in a positive way. Now I'm feeling relief because maybe there was something bugging your mind all the time and you are unable to move on from it, or you feel like this is one thing that I am stuck with in my life, all right? Somehow, because of whatever going on right now in the sky, it can give you the clarity what exactly you need to do, and maybe things will unfold in the way that you never expected to happen, and it will be in your favor. For example, I took the example of this, for example, it's being in the seventh house, right? So some people will think that, okay, this is a problem with my spouse, with my relationship, in my workplace, with people, da da da, and all. But for some other, it can show a manifestation of this thing. You never been married. Maybe during this time, Mars and Ketu together, it will give you a marriage. It will give you a partner. It will give you a change in your job that you want. It will give you manifestation. Always remember, fire energy is the energy of manifestation. All right? Something that God will, because you've been working on it, with the God will, you will get what you want. All right? And I do remember in Lal Kitab, I believe, that Ketu and Mars, there is one rule. I don't know so much into Lal Kitab, I'm not into it at all. But I remember I read one verse which said that when Ketu and Mars being together or being active and somehow it's influencing your second, seven, and 11 house or something correlated to that, it can actually manifest for you a marriage, right? They said that one way is for them to um predict marriage or predict even business partner or new job, okay, new opportunities, usually via K2 transit and Mars transit. Okay, so again, as much as it can be as a bit of scary transit, but yet I don't think it's that much scary because there is that active oriented energy that yes, now I'm moving on. Now my baggage is gone. Now I can be myself again. Now maybe whatever I wanted, now it comes to me. All right. So another thing I wanted to talk about is Mars aspect. Okay. So Mars usually throw the one, two, three, fourth aspect of it, the seventh aspect, and then the 12th aspect. Okay. So technically, if let's say you have some planet actually sitting in Scorpio, Aquarius, which I already mentioned, that definitely you're gonna feel something, or Pisces here, you will definitely feel something about these houses. Okay, so the people who have Pisces, Aquarius, and Scorpio, they may feel the effect of it, maybe not 80, 90%, but you can feel it like around 30% to 50%. What does that mean? When Mars aspect, the fourth aspect of Mars usually denotes towards protection. And it's kind of protecting its own house or its own sign because it's a Scorpio falling here. Therefore, it shows that people collectively, there will be some sort of resistance also to change. So I know, for example, this thing is falling apart for me. This is just doesn't work for me. This is just a chaos. But still, because of our psychological issues, burden, and I don't know what I'm doing in my life, and all of this mental drama, okay, that we all go through, we will kind of have that tendency to stick with the toxicity. But in another way, how we can translate this, it shows someone who may be going to be aware of our negative traits, for example, what exactly that I have done which is wrong, and how I can rectify myself. This is can shows an energy of leveling up in terms of self-esteem, self-confidence, spiritual enhancement, right? Liberation also to some or another. That I start to understand now where is my weak point and how I can work on it. Now, when it comes to the aspect of the seventh house, all right? So usually the seventh house is denotes towards that something that I'm going to fight for it. Okay. Mars to the seventh, it shows there will be a high tendency that people will be very low temper, anger mood. Okay, everyone gonna be like an angry bird, all right? A fights, dispute globally, we're gonna witness it more, all right? People disagreeing with one another gonna be seen extra during this period, but again, is for our betterment. And because if you notice also, it will be aspect the eighth, which is the aspect of transformation towards Pisces. You see, Mars right now it will be aspecting two signs which are water element, right? Water element is equal to dissolving something. So true enough, it shows that in upcoming 2 months, we may not be in the same state where we are at right now, in whatever form it is. There will be something going to shake us from inside in order for us to take that action that we need to do or that we need to fulfill. Mars is an energy of transformation and manifestation, regardless of wherever it sits. It will automatically activate my Scorpio. That means it will automatically transform something in that house related to Scorpio in your chart. Okay, so this is good period, but it can be challenging if you don't have a strong control of your mind, of your emotion, all right, and also your anger and frustration. If you don't have a control of it, Mars here can be very, very difficult period. But if you're someone who is have that high awareness of your own energy, somehow you are following whatever the flow of life is, and understanding that there are things that you need to let go, there are things that you need actually to cultivate and put an effort into it. You are not stubborn in nature. You are that soul who is aware of the surrounding, aware of the energy. Then can be a very, very, very positive period for you. Okay, so now let us talk about every zodiac sign. Okay, one second, let me delete all of this here. There we go. So we have here for Aries Lagna, Mars will be transiting your fifth house and is the ruler of your Lagna and your eighth house. This is can be considered as good for you because you're already that fiery element, right? It usually shows that the person's self-esteem, self-confidence will start to increase during this time. The person's skill and ability also, or maybe you will be more fun into learning new things, all right, exploring new things, maybe having different option. Now let me choose something and just figure out of it. The person here will feel not fearful at all, very courageous, very active. For A's, this is definitely a good constellation. It's just one thing that you need to be careful of is a dispute and uneasiness with your children. Okay, so it can shows that children may go through something where you need to be more attentive towards them, or maybe some sort of clash with them may happen during this time. So you need to be careful. Unexpected pregnancy also may happen. All right. So for Aries, I think it should be quite good for you. So good luck for Aries. Now, when it comes to Taurus, so for Taurus, we can see here that K2 and Mars will be in the sign of Leo of your fourth house and is rule your 12th house and also your seventh house. So the theme for you is strongly will be focused on marriage, of course, relationship, home, family stability. Avoid fights, argument, and dispute within your home and with family members. There will be someone here may come up to you and trying to kind of doing some drama at home, right? It can also shows that some disagreement regards to some decision in the home may happen. Could be also with your spouse. It in some cases it shows also one of the family member might be traveling during this time that can change slightly the dynamic or the routine of the house, right? It can be slightly difficult, all right, combination for Taurus, because it shows that some sort of is touching your comfort zone because it's your fourth house. But again, as long as you're handling it with patience, with groundness, you'll be absolutely doing all right. Traveling, you may manifest that during this time, right? If let's say you want to manifest a marriage, it can happen also. Buying and selling properties, it also can happen during this period. Okay, so it depends on how your life flow until this moment of time. Okay, so good luck for Taurus. Now, when it comes to Gemini, so for Gemini, we can see here that Leo is, Mars, sorry, Mars is sitting in Leo and is the ruler of your 11th and sixth house. It can give slightly a mixed result here. So when it comes to the third house, Mars usually does very well, okay? And so on K2. It shows that the person will be working very hard during this time, working very hard, cultivating new skill, trying to research about things. They just somehow, some way, they will be into themselves in order for them to develop that abilities more, right? But because it's automatically activating your sixth house, so one thing we can see here, there can be some uneasiness or dispute with the enemies and opposition in your workplace, right? Usually in the level of colleagues, right? But at the same time, because it's connected to 11 house, it shows that whatever you are working on, that you cultivate right now, you'll be able to gain something out of it. You'll be getting that abundant luck and good fortune that you are looking for, right? Just try to be more in control of your speech, right? The way how you talk, the way how you even conveying your ideas, because people have a tendency to misunderstand you purposely, okay? Just because the fact that it's activating your sixth house of enemies and opposition, which I know Gemini will always have enemies in their life. All right. So just good luck on that. And also just be careful also to get into dispute and fight with your siblings, especially younger one or the younger sibling. Somehow, some way will need your help or support in something during this period. Right? A short distance traveling also will be activated during this time, and mostly because of work or with the purpose of achieving something and learning something new. Okay, so good luck for Gemini. Now, when it comes to Cancer, so for Cancer, we have here Mars will be transiting your second house of Leo and is the ruler of the fifth and your 10th. Now, the good thing for Cancer and Leo people that Mars is your natural yoga karaka planet. That's mean regardless of how afflicted, how bad it is in your chart, somehow, some way will be always give you positive and decent result. Now, is it gonna be an average transit or is it gonna be a brilliant transit? There is no low, okay? It's either average or good. That's the parameter that you are looking for. Somehow it depends on your Mars. So if let's say your Mars actually it's a very fantastic placement, okay, very strong, very good, wow, fantastic Mars. Then Mars in such placement right now, it can show average, okay? But if let's say your Mars is slightly in a troublesome placement, okay, and it's not really happy, I'm just like, I'm leaving. Mars, I'm just leaving, okay? So now Mars transit with K2 in your second house can be very good. Bad plus bad is equal to good. Bad plus good, it may equal to average. Good plus good equal to good. Okay? So for you, good enough that you don't have that aspect related to badness from Mars. So that means it's always going to be either average or good. Okay? So I hope it makes sense. But anyway, so Mars here in the second house shows that the focus will be more towards a teaching. Okay? Teaching, mentorship, trying to develop yourself to become much more stronger, much more tangible in your self-esteem and your self-confidence. Somehow, some way, you will be able to empower yourself to start something during this time, especially if it's correlating to your career. Okay, relating to your career, related to your finance, somehow you will have that ambition inside of you, like, yes, now is the time for me to do things, yes, now is the time for me to get things done. Maybe it's somehow some way shows now I have that support of the family, or maybe my perspective about family and people around me is changed. Either way, in whatever format it can come, it will give you that satisfaction, happiness that I will be able to do whatever I thought I will do. So Mars here can be very strategic during this period, right? It shows, I don't want to say it's impulsiveness, but also you need to make sure that you are spending your money wisely. All right, maybe let's have example, you're doing business and your money will be flowing very nicely during this time. So you just make sure that you're not overspending yourself, right? Make sure that you're budgeting correctly. It shows that person will be going through taking risk in their investments, right? There can be some change in the dynamic of the family and relationship with them during this time, but yet again, it's not gonna be negative way. Somehow, some way, be able to handle whatever gonna come up to you during this time. Okay, so good luck for Cancer. Now, when it comes to Leo themselves, so for Leo themselves, you can see that Mars is gonna be in your Lagna and is the ruler of your fourth and your ninth. Again, it's almost the same as what I explained for Cancer. Mars for Leo, it will be a Yoga Karaka planet. Okay, that's mean I'm not gonna harm you. Either I will give you average result where you may not feel I am even there, all right, in your head, in your lagna, or I will start to give you good result. Now, in which way is it? Is it gonna be average for me or is it gonna be good for me? There is no bad. Okay, it depends on how your Mars placement in your chart itself as a natal Mars. Okay, if let's say your Mars is very happy, very strong, very tangible, wow, great, then this period can be quite average for you. If let's say your Mars is actually, yeah, like I'm average, I'm fine, I'm just living, that's what Mars telling you, then this constellation right now, it can give you very good result because Mars in the ascendant can make the person very empowered. Okay, very empowered, sudden boost in your self-esteem, your self-confidence. Suddenly you will be you will get that clarity, what I need, what I want. You become active oriented. You won't be able to sit in one place. It shows constant traveling, constant movement. If let's say you wanted to buy a property, a car, okay, or any such thing, Mars here will grant it for you. If let's say you want to learn new thing, okay, opening a business even, Mars here somehow somewhere will give you that motivation to go ahead and do it. But for Leo in particular, I would recommend you do not take that decision right now until like September onward, right? Because there will be an eclipse in your ascendant. So just be careful that you calculate and plan your steps properly, all right? Because if you just gonna go ahead and do it out of impulsiveness, you're gonna backstabbing yourself, or you may not get the right result around September, October. Okay, and then again you will need to rectify it and redo it again. We don't want that. Just make sure that you calculate everything properly. Okay, so good luck for Leo. Now, for example, okay, sorry, we have Virgo here. Okay. For Virgo, we can see that Mars and Ketu are in the 12th house. And then it's actually the ruler of your third house and the eighth house. Okay. So technically, during this time, you will have a strong activation kind of related to your Drishtana. So I think Virgo is one of the sign that you gotta be careful. All right. Um, Number one, we have here is when Mars is sitting in the 12th house, it can give a lot of confusion to the mind that they just want to pause and see how things are. So for Virgo in particular can be very difficult, not very difficult, sorry, quite different, I would say, than others, and perhaps quite difficult also to navigate because the person will be withdrawing here. Do you feel like, okay, let me just wait and see how things gonna go. Let me just observe the things from the far, or let me plan and do things behind the scene. Why I supposed to tell people what I'm planning for? Maybe I just need to stay quiet right now and just see how the things gonna unfold first. Then only I'll take my step. So you will find Virgo here more strategic. Now, don't get me wrong, that is a negative in a negative way. It can be a strategic, right? That I am planning my steps, planning my words because it has to do with the third house, thinking what I supposed to do, what I supposed to say before I go ahead and do it. Okay, and because Mars here is connected to the eighth house, sometimes it can show some sort of losses, right? Or unexpected transformation that it will make you feel like I am losing something, or maybe I need to plan better. So could be the reason why you will find there is an energy of withdrawal, detachment. I just want to be by myself. I just want to isolate myself. Unexpected traveling for you to just have that some sort of peace of mind. It can be seen. You will feel like I don't want to put any effort into anything because everything just really exhausting for me. So I mean, if you want to have that soften easy life, this is can be excellent period for you. All right. Don't take any action and decision right now. Try to be patient, try to be calm as much as you can until at least July, around the end of July. Then only you can run the show because Mars on that time will be falling into your ascendant. That's me now, my power, my energy, and whatever I work on, somehow, some way, it will give me a result. So somehow, maybe during this time when Mars is in the 12th house, you may feel that whatever I do, it just doesn't really give me the result. Whatever I say is not happening, or just like people just misunderstand me, and so on, right? Pay attention with your relationship with your siblings. It can get very tested during this time, and also pay attention to the in-laws. There can be some an instability with the in-laws that it will kind of require your attention and also will impact your marital life. You need to be careful of. But as overall, as long as you are withdrawing, calm down, do not act, do not react during this period, you'll be absolutely doing fine. Okay? So good luck for Virgo. Now, coming to the Libra. Okay, so for Libra here, we can see that Mars will be in your 11th house and is the ruler of your 7th and 2nd. Can be quite a good placement for you, right? It shows that the person will be quite strategic when it comes to their movement, okay, their actions and behavior related to their work. There will be some sort of expansion in professional network circle and connection. But at the same time, you will have a tendency to cut people off, or you'll be very strategic as with who I supposed to be friends with and with who I supposed to just like be careful from because I just don't trust people, right? Sometimes it can indicate betrayal, right? Or inconveniences may happen in the context of relationship. And if you are married or you are in business partnership, it can indicate also some sort of reshuffle or restructure the way how you deal with them. But it gonna be in a positive way. Because at the end of the day, Mars in 11 house, that means you will gain something. So some wish fulfillment may happen. Most probably has to do with money or related to the spouse or marriage. So something you've been working hard on, you may get it, you may attain it, but at the same time, just be careful when it comes to relationship and friendship because you may go through some sort of inconvenience. Okay, so good luck for Libra. Now, Scorpio. So for Scorpio here, we have Ketu and Mars are in the 10th house, and then it's actually the ruler of your Lagna and your 6th house. This is purely has to do with your job and work, right? Mars and Ketu can indicate some sort of ending, right? Or a huge reshuffle. So either maybe reshuffle among the company and the people around, your managers, etc. They may go through some changes during this time, and you will witness it. It can be troublesome for you at the beginning, okay, because it's activating the house of enemies, okay. It can be a problem here going on, but somehow because it's your Lagna Lord, it will empower you. Maybe at the beginning you will feel like, oh my god, this reshuffle and this change in the job, what's gonna happen to me? I am worried. But because the fact that Mars is strong for you, okay, because you are can means Scorpio Lagna, you'll be able to overcome and get something double of what you got. So if let's say you are waiting for promotion, you may get it during this time unexpectedly. You're wanting a job, you may get it during this time unexpectedly. You want recognition, maybe you've been like not really appreciated in your workplace. Now because of the Mars placement, you will somehow so be able to get that. You will know who's your enemy, you know who's your friend, you know how to navigate, you know how to strategize yourself. Just one thing, be careful from getting into dispute and fight with the masculine figure in your workplace because it can be a problematic. Okay, or it shows that again more problematic. That doesn't mean that you will do something or something wrong will happen. It's just that you will find that this particular person suddenly become your enemy and you need to be careful of. All right. So good luck for Scorpio. Now coming to Sagittarius. Okay, so coming to Sagittarius, we have here Mars is sitting where in the ninth house, and he's the ruler of your 12th and your fifth. Now, this is more as a personal epiphany period, all right, where the person start to see and aware, being aware of what's going on in their surrounding and what they've been doing and what's been happening behind their back. It's a period where the person start to learn new things also, right? About their life, about their profession, about maybe their spiritual growth, their religion. They will kind of acknowledge something, okay, or learn something. But in a personal level, here it shows some sort of disappointment may happen, that it can hit you strongly, that it will lead you back towards self development, religion, and spirituality. Okay, it doesn't show a strong lack loss, but it can show inconveniences may happen. right? That can hit you, your self-esteem, your self-confidence, where it can start to reflect within you. Therefore, I will need to change myself from inside. So Mars here will hit the person psychologically and mentally more than anything else. Maybe not like something big will happen. It just psychologically and mentally, it just will give you that shift. You know, and sometimes you change your perspective. The one day you wake up and you just like are having that epiphany, like, oh my God, yes, now I realize this and that. That's what's going to happen with Sagittarius. Okay. Anyway, if you are planning to applying for higher education, then during this time it will be very significant for you. You'll be able to complete it, or you begin able to start it. If you're planning to travel during this time, it also will be good. If you are, let's say, hoping to meet your guru or mentor during this time, especially a masculine figure, you'll be able to do that too. You may also conceive a child if you are looking forward for that, right? Or it can shows your children might be traveling or might be going through something where they will need your mentor and guidance. Okay, so good luck for Sagittarius. Now, Capricorn. Okay, so for Capricorn here, Mars will be in your eighth house, and it's the ruler of your fourth and 11th. Now, this is can be a mixed outcome. Okay, because Mars in the eighth house, that shows a hidden aspect of us. So you will have a tendency to withdraw, change your perspective about things, and maybe just like I just want to be in my own cocoon. It can also show us internal fight within yourself when it comes to, let's say, your relationship with your in-laws that you are not satisfied with, or your relationship with the spouse that you're not satisfied with, but you are unable to express it. So it can show some sort of disturbance here when it comes to mental emotional peace when in the relationship and partnership. And also because eighth house has to do with hidden psychological aspect, it shows that all your fear, all things that you've been kind of hiding it under the rug, now start to surface itself. So it can be very, very disturbing period when it comes to mental and emotional state, right? Like now that negative thought, it just keep hunting my mind. But at the same time, because it's correlating to 11 house, it can show unexpected gain, unexpected progress, unexpected inheritance, money that can come to you, which somehow, some way, it will impact and influence your saving. And because it's also connected to your fourth house, it may relate to your home. So let's say, for example, you want to change your home, right? Buying a new house or selling a house or something like that. Then during this period, it can be seen that the person will be able to get it done unexpectedly. Okay. In some cases, it shows that there can be a reshuffle when it comes to people that live with you. If let's say you live in a big house or many people living or okay around, so you will feel like one of them may go through something, and the routine of the house and the dynamic of the living with them, it will start to change, right? It just, you need to be careful. Do not react, do not act. Since Mars is sitting in the eighth house, it's want to be hidden. So try your best to just slow down as much as you can, so you just don't get more disturbed. Okay. So good luck for Capricorn. Now, Aquarius. All right. Sorry. Aquarius. All right. So we can see here that K2 and Mars will be in your seventh house, and it's actually the ruler of your third and 10th house. Now, this one can be quite good period. It can shows a marriage though. Okay, it can shows a marriage proposal unexpectedly may come. It can shows some adjustment in your marital life if you're already married, or new business partnership, new collaboration, right? New opportunity may come to you during this time. There is a good progress here when it comes to career and practicality. You will find yourself more courageous during this time. Okay, I want to do things, I want to just get things done. There will be a sign of contract. Okay, can be very highlighted. Again, could be in practical way as a marriage, could be even work, it could be even, let's say, enrolling in some course, something like that has to do with signing contract. It can happen during this period, right? Just one thing you need to be careful of is your temper, because Mars here is looking at your lagna, your mind. So you can be slightly low temper, you can be slightly aggressive, or you will feel like people around you are very aggressive or they are very moody. I don't know what's going on with them. You will see that. But again, I don't think it will have a strong impact within you. You will find yourself, you have become very courageous. Your self esteem, your self confidence will increase, right? Mars here can be good transit for you. All right. So good luck for Aquarius. Now, coming to Pisces. So for Pisces, we can see here Mars is sitting in the sixth house, and then we have it's the ruler of your second and your ninth house. So this is can be quite practical and average placement for you. You may not witness a lot of changes and a lot of like um can be quite average, right? It can shows if you have any paperwork you need to finalize, right? Could be related to your home, your finance, your traveling, your education. Somehow some you'll be able to finalize it. If you have a visa issue being stuck with you, that's mean Mars here will be able to finalize it. You been facing some issues and difficulties in your work, okay, or to execute something or get things done. Mars here will be make it happen. Mars in the sixth house can be very practical now. Like, I'm just going to put your life in order. That type of feeling here, right? Just that pay attention to your health and well being. You may have a tendency to get cuts, right? Cut, bruises, like small thing. And then your vehicle also may get interrupted here and there. So just need to be careful of, right? But otherwise, it can be quite good to the average placement for Pisces ascendant. All right. So that's it. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for listening. And wishing you all the best. Stay good, be good, and see you soon. Bye bye.